What's up, Orange Weekly? Kev Dan here for another episode of Beer Broncos No BS. Sorry for all the technical issues. My internet completely dropped out, but it's back, so we're going to see how this works. Maybe, maybe not. If this doesn't work, then we'll just go to a different format of doing the show. It's not going to be all fancy and high tech. But let's go ahead and bring on some of our guests. We got a couple of the cool Orange Weekly guys, and we're dropping a ton of frames already. But let's try this. We got David. What's up, man?
Yo, hey, I'm hopefully dropping fewer frames. Certainly not dropping as many football games as the Denver Broncos are. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I don't even feel bad because, God, it's just painful. I know I speak for Broncos country right now. Everybody's hurting, but I'm glad to be here nonetheless. I've got my bourbon here. I hope you guys brought a drink too, because as long as we are able to broadcast tonight, we are going to be bringing you some quality footage. What about you, Jared? How you feeling tonight?
I am also drinking my bourbon because beer is not strong enough for what we have witnessed the past how many weeks since football started?
Oh, it's yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm sitting, and I do also want to mention that Kev called us cool. So can we all agree that that's official?
Yeah. Well, I actually didn't need confirmation because I don't know if you've seen my hat, Jared, but the viewers here at Orange Weekly love it. It's a staple already. The puffball is the feature.
Right. The Canadians call that a toque.
I like it. I really like it. And we're going to talk more about Canadian terminology a little bit later on in the show. But one way or the other, we're going to be here for Broncos country the rest of the season. I think you said, are we 8 games through now? Is that a thing? Are we halfway through?
Yes. Yeah, the trade deadline had just passed.
Yeah, okay. So Chris Harris, still part of the team. That's something that clearly you are very happy here, and I would really rather have him here next year too. We'll see if that can be a thing. Emmanuel Sanders, obviously not with the team anymore, making contributions with the 49ers already, which is pretty awesome. And let's see, we're doing okay, maybe.
We're doing okay, kind of maybe.
Cutting in and out,
okay.
It looks like.
All right, no, we're still live, Facebook. Everything is going well, unlike the Broncos season. But
can we stop with that?
I've had a little bit of this bourbon already, and I'm ready to tell some truths, Jared. I hope you're ready to hear them. Yeah.
Look, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about them, and I'm ready to talk about some of the big name items that we're going to talk about today. One of them being Joe Flacco and his neck injury. Also, we're going to talk about the fact that Chris Harris is still on the team, and I really hope we can rework a deal to keep him here for the long run because that would be the best. And we're going to talk about how much bourbon we need to drink to wash away all the sorrows for the last couple of weeks that we've had.
Spoiler alert. A lot.
It's a lot. Yeah,
it's a lot.
I'm drinking bourbon because the show still is coming across really crappy.
Yeah, that's it's not working out real well on the technical side, but as long as we have one lung to breathe with, we will be talking Broncos football. That's for darn sure. Okay. If you want to start with Joe Flacco, let's get on to Joe Flacco. Throwing some flack at the coaching staff, pun intended. And after this last week's loss, he had some things to say about the conservative nature of the play calling.
Right.
What do you think, Jared? Do you think that Flacco's comments were right on, or do you think that he has to shoulder some of that blame?
As I am going through Twitter and Facebook and watching the rest of Broncos country talk about this, apparently am in the minority when I say family show, bourbon family show. No, fuck you, Joe Flacco.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, there it is. And this is why I say that. This is absolutely ridiculous for him to get out there and talk crap about his coaching staff. And it's obviously paying off for him very well because his neck injury is keeping him out for the next week. Now, I do not think that Scangarello is completely innocent in all this, but calling him out on one play call because they didn't trust him, and he's throwing a little hissy fit. So I'm going to actually try to watch my language here. He's throwing a little hissy fit because they didn't put the ball into his hands on a 3rd and 5 when we were up. Are you kidding me? Why are you throwing hissy fits? You can't sit there and be all mad at the coaching staff because they didn't give you the chance to run the ball. We were much more successful running the ball than we were passing. And in all the third downs that we've had leading up to that, short, sacked, short, sacked. maybe a first down here and there, but that's it. And how do you not put the ball into your playmakers' hands, run the clock out for a little bit, and see what we can do with it? Now, I know a lot of people are mad about that call, and I get it. I understand where you're coming from, but you have to think of it from a bigger picture. Flacco sucks.
Well,
and we're not going to give him the ball to finish it out.
Well, and that's it. And the problem is that with the accountability is really my problem here. Joe Flacco, if you want to be the guy and you want to still prove that you can go out and lead a team and start at quarterback in this league, you've got to take some of that blame. You've got to say that falls on me, even though you think that the coaching staff is really the one to blame. You can't go out there and just throw your coaching staff, your first-year coaching staff, under the bus. Now, Joe Flacco's never been a guy who really cared what other people thought about him, and especially as we've all seen now, I think confirms something that I've said on the show previously, which is that he looks like he's in the back nine of his career and maybe the back 3 or 2 at this point.
Back one game.
Back half, he's on the green of his last hole.
He's putting his last putt, and I think we may have just saw it. And I think even if he does get healthy with this, I don't know, crap in his neck, and I don't want to say if it is obviously a legitimate thing, and I hate to see it. I know he was getting worked out on the sideline, but during the game, but he obviously went back in, so it wasn't that big of a deal at the time. They're saying 5 weeks, which I think is a little ridiculous. And obviously I'd have to ask Jason, who's our resident athletic trainer here, what he thinks on the diagnosis. I know they're talking about getting a second diagnosis to see what it is, but this is a statement. Yep. This is a statement from Vic Fangio saying, why would you come out and throw your coach under the water, which obviously means you don't agree with his play calls, which obviously means you're not taking the plays that he's given you and learning from the plays he's giving you and moving on with it. Now, I don't think, I'm going to say all this because I talked a lot of crap about Flacco. I don't think Scangarello's innocent. There are a couple times where I kind of questioned myself throwing for 3 times when Joe Flacco can't throw the ball. He threw to the same booth twice in a row in the red zone. And neither one of
it wasn't the same. It was adjacent.
Well, one of them was a kid that caught it, and he was definitely not wearing a Broncos jersey. So
adjacent is a fancy word for right next to. So let's keep in mind that they were not on opposite ends of the stadium.
Right, they're literally right there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous, and obviously calling 3 pass plays in a row there. Once you get to the third one, you're kind of in a weird situation where you're at like third or fourth and 3rd and 7 to the goal line. It's kind of hard to run a run play when you're that close in the goal line area, right? When you have a wide field, it's easy to break out a 5-yard run. But yeah, in that situation, it was kind of weird. The situation he got himself in was kind of bad, and obviously our red zone woes just kind of keep adding up.
Well, and here's the thing. I think that the play calling has been kind of conservative all season just by nature. But I don't think it's been any more conservative than a team like San Francisco's, who runs the ball a ton and, knows how to throw the ball in situations. I just think that right now this offense can't open up the way that it wants to. We've got 2 bad tackles and not a lot of weapons on this offense. And that honestly limits a lot of what you can do right from the get-go. If you can't take deep drops, and I think, we kind of saw maybe in the Bears game a little bit when Garrett Bowles had those 5 holding penalties, maybe that's kind of a symptom of what we're seeing now. They have to protect Garrett Bowles. They can't put him in those situations where he's going to be most tempted to hold with deep dropbacks, with slow developing routes that can get you big chunk plays. They can't have those because their tackles can't hold up in pass protection, either of them. Elijah Wilkinson has not been very good in the run game or in the pass game. He's a backup. We haven't seen Jawan James. He's injured again. And it's tough for him. I'm sure he'd rather be out there than any of us would rather see him out there. But at the same time, it'd be really nice to have him out there. Mm-hmm. And it's limiting what this offense can do. Another thing that's really limiting what this offense can do is the fact that we're just not getting the production from the tight end position. Jeff Hireman went out with an injury. He was our most experienced guy, but he was not lighting up the stat sheet week in, week out anyway. And frankly, Noah Fant is struggling. He is not adjusting to the NFL quickly. It's a tough position to adjust at the NFL at tight end in your rookie season. But, he's not showing out that first round talent as a package yet. And that's just the way it is with this team right now. And you've got young playmakers at all the skill positions. So, you can put a lot of it on Flacco, and I do quite a bit of it, more than I put on Scangarello. But, it all adds up to one bad offense, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
So I finally got the stream working, guys. It's holding pretty steady, which is good because it was pretty rough there for a while. So if you're watching, guys, and you stuck through it, I appreciate it. My name's KevDan. I'm here with Jared and David. You're watching Beer Broncos No BS. Hit that share button for me. Go ahead and give us a like reaction. If you hear my dog in the background, very angry about the Broncos as well, give a little dog icon. That was the best emoji, or the most emoji we had last night was the dog emoji. So he's kind of famous here. He's a new part of Orange Weekly. But the parts I was hearing you talk about, guys, I just want to keep drinking some bourbon because this hurts. This hurts a lot. We got a lot of things going on. And I'm interested to see how this new guy is going to go. And honestly, I don't know if we talked about this yet, but Brandon Allen, he seemed confident on the podium today when he was giving his press conference. I thought it was interesting that we didn't see Coach Fangio, at least not that I saw online or anything, just to Brandon Allen's press conference. But it's going to be – I don't know if this is going to be bad or good, guys.
I think the confidence factor for me is it's not an issue. If you have to have some sort of confidence coming into the NFL. If you're playing in the NFL as a quarterback, if you don't have confidence, you wouldn't be where you are. I mean, I've seen maybe a handful of people who come in shy. But saying that, I think, how do I put this? I don't want to have over expectations, but how much worse can it get? And I was listening to the pregame or the postgame podcast that the Orange Weekly guys do. I don't know why I'm
Tanner and Jeff.
Tanner and Jeff. I was listening to Tanner and Jeff actually on my way home today. So if you guys plug for the podcast, check that out. And they were talking about how bad can it get? And honestly, it could get pretty bad. Joe Flacco doesn't throw interceptions. He'd rather hold on to the ball and get sacked 9 times, or throw it to the same adjacent boost. Sorry, Kevin, adjacent boost in the end zone as opposed to throwing interception, which is good. And he could come out here and throw 5 interceptions. But what if he comes out here and throws 3 touchdowns and has over 300 yards throwing, and we win a game? Like, what happens then?
Well, would it matter that it's the Browns, or are we just happy? We're just going to take any win we can get at this point and say this guy's done great.
Here's the problem. I don't think at 2-6 you can say, oh, well, we should have beat that team. It's the X team. Like, right. I don't think you have room to say, now. Yeah, we are that team. Teams say that about us. Okay, we don't get to say it about other teams, even though the Browns, for all the hype and all the hoopla about them this upcoming this last offseason, they have not lived up to their expectations any more than we have. And at least we didn't have a massive hype machine going around us all summer. So we've got that going for us, which is nice.
We do have some, sorry to interrupt. We do have some comments, questions I think we want to get to. Guys, I appreciate you guys posting those. Luke says they should start Drew Lock, right? The way I understood it is Drew Lock is not yet practicing, and he has to wait. By the league rules, he has to wait 3 weeks from the time he starts practicing to be able to actually start in a game. So even if we wanted to, I don't care if all of our quarterbacks go down right now, we cannot start Drew Lock for at least 3 more weeks. I'm guessing we'll see him in our 13th game of the season.
And the weird stat about that, and I think what has everybody scratching their head, is we haven't even activated him to start practicing yet, which I think is interesting and something that a lot of people are really concerned about, including me. I don't know what the motivation is behind not letting him practice with us and not letting him get his time in with the practice squad. I know we have a bye week in there, which I feel like would be a perfect time to get him in there and not have to miss any games. So I don't know what the reason for holdout is, because when they talk to him, they talk to the doctors, they say he's healthy enough to go back in. I have one of 2 conspiracy theories. The first one is that Elway does not want to mess this one up. Right, he has been known for the quarterback killer, drafting quarterbacks that don't do anything and don't do very well in the NFL, and he wants to give this guy some time to get used to the NFL speed, but you can't do that if he doesn't practice, so that kind of kills that one a little bit. And then the second one is he's not actually as ready as he says he is, which is probably a little bit more on the truthful side. He wants to come back in, he wants to get going, and I can't imagine a single player who doesn't say, put me back in, as soon as they think that they're healthy. They could have 5 concussions and seeing black, and they'll tell coach to put him back in. So I think that's a little bit more on the truthful side, but it is a weird situation.
Yeah. So you forgot the third one though. There's a third conspiracy theory, and it's the official. If you guys watched the Orange Weekly After Dark episode last night, which I'm guessing you guys didn't, I see how it is. The official Orange Weekly conspiracy theory is that Bryce Callahan doesn't exist. That is the official stance of Orange Weekly. We've never seen him. They keep talking about him, but he's not there. He's made up. He's imaginary. He left the Bears and then he just kind of disappeared. Does that make you want to drink?
The thing about that to me is, and we'll discuss a little bit off air because I have questions.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. But back to serious talk. Okay.
Sure, back to serious talk.
Back to the lock issue. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
We need to pick that lock.
Yeah. Whoa. We need to unlock his potential.
We need to unlock his. That was better than mine.
Now, all right. Well, we can workshop that a little bit later too. But the real problem is I really hope we get to see what he can do this year, because right now we're sitting at the 7th overall pick in next year's draft, and things probably are not going to get remarkably better. And we have to see if Locke is our quarterback of the future, or if he's not, if he shows any kind of potential, or if he shows that he just can't hang at this speed. And like you said, I would rather he be practicing sooner than later. But if he's not practicing now, and the coaching staff and everybody around the team keep saying that he's not ready, even if he's saying he's ready, I tend to think like you, Jared, it's a little more likely that he's probably just not ready yet. He's probably just not where he needs to be physically in order to get back. And if they rush him, I feel like, and this is a problem I think that Elway has in general, if he gets locked into one idea, he's not going to be dissuaded. And that idea right now is don't rush Drew Lock. Don't put him in before he's ready. And that might mean waiting longer than you should before you get things going again. Now, all of that is behind the scenes stuff anyway, and we've got to kind of look forward to what we're getting with Brandon Allen, who's kind of an unknown quantity in the NFL at this point. He doesn't have a regular season pass. We saw him perform pretty well against us in the preseason as a member of the Rams, but that's basically all we know about the guy. It's going to be an abbreviated playbook, obviously, going to be another conservative play calling week, probably even more so than it has been in the last couple of weeks. So anybody who's looking for them to open up the playbook, I think, may be sorely disappointed. But you never know. For all that, he's an unknown quantity, and you might get, like you said, you might just get 3 touchdown passes out of the guy. That's the beauty of having at least a little bit of anticipation for it. We can have a little bright side there.
I do have a question about that. You say, we may not see Scangarello open up the playbook. At this point, do we need to stay conservative and see if this new quarterback, Brandon Allen, can make some plays to win us the game? Or do we say, hey, Brandon Allen is a stand-in until we can get Drew Lock in there? It's more important for us to make these changes in our game plan, open up the playbook more, be more aggressive on those in those situations, such as 2-minute drill. It's 3rd and 5. We're trying to put away the game. Let's not run it up the middle. So where do you find, and maybe this, I don't know if this makes sense, but what's more important, trying to win the game with what we've been doing, or open up the playbook and show that we're just going to be more aggressive whether or not it works?
So I have a lot of thoughts on this one.
Okay, try to pare it down into a few thoughts.
Okay, first thought. I love, by the way, when people, social media, go out there and say, why are we playing so conservative, when 3 weeks ago they were asking why we're throwing the ball so much.
Right.
For the record.
Right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No.
That's just what's being said right now.
Yeah. Second thought. Depending on what kind of practice player he is, from a back to the practice field type of motivation, what kind of practice player he was depends on how much of the playbook he has grasped at this point. And he has been with us since the beginning of the season as our backup the entire time, which means he should have a full grasp of what the full playbook is, depending on how much he paid attention, how much he's been studying, if he's even thought that he might get in, which I'm hoping he's that kind of player. And if that's the case, I don't see a change in the way that our playing calling is. And that's why I'm so excited. I'm excited to show some of these people that, hey, there are open guys downfield and we don't have to check down every time we throw the ball. There's people that we can get the ball to that are great playmakers. Deshaun Hamilton has like 4 catches on the entire season, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We have Cortland Sutton, who's still playing lights out every time you get the ball in his area. And there's ways to get the balls downfield without having to check down because of whatever reason. Now, will that come with the turnover too? Maybe. But I also think that we're going to see a lot more excitement from this offense than we have in the past. If he's been the type of practice player that you want at your practice and he's been studying the playbook.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's key. And we're going to find out this week if we get, a competent quarterback who can make the plays that this offense needs to make and move the ball down the field, or if he's going to be another guy who's just, he's a career backup. He's not going to be able to make a difference for you. He's not going to be able to go out and win games when you need a game won for you. The defense, I think, is going to play really, really well this week. And that's not something that we should overlook just because we didn't win the game last week, is how well the defense played. And you can say all you want about Jacoby Brissett and the Colts offense, but those guys have some playmakers, and they have not been losing a lot of games this season. So the fact, they were on a real roll before they ran into us. I believe they beat the Chiefs. Does that sound familiar to everybody?
Nope.
So no.
I've pushed that out of my memory. I don't want to think about it.
I also would rather just pretend that there is no such team as the Chiefs. But that's not the world we live in, unfortunately. But in the world we live in, the Broncos defense is still pretty good, and at least is validating the choice of Coach Fangio on that side of the ball. But we'll see. I'm sure we'll see that continue this week. I don't think Baker Mayfield is going to be as much of a challenge, even though he's got some weapons there. I think it could be a really tough week for the Browns offensively this week. But what do you guys think about what changes need to take place on offense outside of the play calling? Are there personnel changes that you guys would like to see? I know I saw a question earlier about why didn't we trade for an offensive lineman? That kind of seems like the kind of move that a team that's trying to win games for a purpose this season makes. It doesn't make sense for me at this point for the Broncos to give any kind of draft capital up. And of course, now they can't because the trade deadline's passed. But giving up any draft capital or player assets to get, offensive linemen that aren't on rookie contracts basically would not be a productive use of their time. But let's talk a little bit about the O-line, guys. Let's get in a little bit about what changes we need to see. Obviously, it's probably going to be the off season. Depending on how long this Juwan James injury is going to keep him out for this time. I have not seen any estimates, but we're not going to see remarkable improvement out of the offensive line this season, I don't think. So what do you guys want to see there going into the rest of the season and going into next season?
So I haven't seen what Juwan James' recent injury is, other than it's that same left knee. I am going to say he might be placed on IR. Look, he sat out the first half of the season with that knee injury, and now it's re-injured. We may not see him back this year. Now we are paying him a ton of guaranteed money for a guy who, he is very talented, very good, but he's very injury prone. And so now this is another hindsight's 2020, and that's what social media is all covering right now. But now we're saying, why do we pay so much guaranteed money to somebody who's injury prone all the time? And they forget how good he is. So that's something to keep in mind, is that line's beat up, and hey, we're going to have to go out and find another right tackle next year. In addition, I do not want to see Garrett Bowles on the field next year. So the question is, where are we going to get a left tackle from? Offensive linemen are so rare nowadays. Good offensive linemen, they're like quarterbacks. I think you might have heard that several times. Once a team finds a good one, they don't want to let him go. So now we're in a situation where, yes, let's get Drew Lock out there when he's ready. And it sounds like he hasn't had any snaps or anything this year. He has not had any practice or anything. So he needs that 3 weeks to really get some experience and get going and get comfortable. But we need to know do we need to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback? Or do we need to spend another first-round pick on a left tackle? And it's the same thing we did several years ago. Now, we did have, because I want to hear your thoughts, Jared. I think it was Andrew Workman, one of our Patreon supporters, who asked this. If no matter how Drew Lock does in the end of the season, if we are in the top 10, we have a top 10 draft pick, do we still get another quarterback? Or do we use that on somebody like an offensive lineman to help, okay, let's get another Dalton Reisner in there and build the offensive line that way?
Unfortunately, and off the top of my head, I can't think of how many Dalton Reisners are.
Okay, well, not exactly like him, but somebody that is better than what we have right now.
In general, I mean, if that happened, and if we're at top 10, we get a quarterback, man. And the way that they're slow playing this lock thing, because here's the problem: if we slow play this lock, he gets 2 games. What can you really see in 2 games that'll really give you a yes or no? We have to draft a quarterback or not. Like, there's nothing that you can do at that situation. We have to draft a quarterback at that point. The way that they're slow playing this, we're going to get a quarterback if we have a top 10 pick. That's just the way that it goes because of the way that this draft is going. There's so many good quarterbacks coming out, and I say good in college. I don't know what the scouts are looking at. I haven't really paid too close attention to the scouts that I know, and I don't know if they have the quality to be an NFL quarterback yet. I don't know what they're looking at. I know Herbert, Tua, those are the big guys that they're talking about to come out, and I think those are going to go 1 and 2, so we might have to trade up for that if that was the case. But there's a lot of depth at quarterback going in there. If we get a top 10, here's the problem. Because there's so much depth at quarterback, I think a lot of guys are going to jump up, just like they did when we got Bradley Chubb. People are going to jump up and take these quarterbacks, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and now all of a sudden some top defensive lineman or top linebacker, top offensive line guy, which we have a lot more holes than what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. That might approach us. But again, I don't think as far as the offensive line, I know I misspoke. As far as the offensive line, I don't think there's a top 10. I don't think there's too many first round top 10 offensive linemen in this year's draft. And that might change as, the season goes on. We see a little bit later on, but that's my take. If that happens, we'll probably trade back or pick up somebody like a Bradley Chubb, who's going to be an awesome player and not a hole we need to fill, but oh my gosh, how does that guy fall to us?
Well, and there's 2, to your point, to your last point first. There are at least 2 guys at the offensive tackle position this year. And, just the early draft buzz now that I've actually been reading has said, this year's offensive line class is actually going to be one of the better ones in recent memory, but it is top heavy is the problem. So you've got 2 what are looking at like outstanding prospects in Andrew Thomas from Georgia and Tristan Wirfs from Iowa. Iowa always a team that chugs out really good offensive linemen into the NFL, but. Right. So those, right, exactly. So, there's 2, but like I said, top heavy means that if you're in the top 10 and you're not looking for a quarterback, I mean, offensive line help is such a need around the NFL. So I think that really complicates the things this upcoming draft, just because you're going to be in a position to draft a guy who can really help your offensive line. But like you say, if you've got a top 10 pick and you've got quarterbacks there for the taking, what do you do? How can you say no to getting it, solving the most important question on your team that you haven't been able to solve in your entire tenure with your team?
Right.
It's a tough question. It makes me happy that I'm not GM of any team, much less the Broncos.
Right.
So what I'm hearing is
your
David,
GM of your fantasy team's doing terrible, so we can go.
Oh no, that's no, really. Let's not even talk about my.
So what I'm hearing is David for the next Broncos GM. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I don't know.
I'll put your name in the hat for you.
I don't understand how you got that from what I said.
That's exactly what I heard.
It's the toque.
The toque actually, I think, would bring some needed gravitas into that building and kind of settle down the organization a little bit. But outside of that, I do not think I'm the man for the job, and I want to stress that highly, guys. Let's get on. We've got, let's talk about Chris. What do you?
There's a couple questions here. Yeah,
absolutely.
So we talked about. There's one here. That Juan had asked, and I want to touch on that, and we could talk about Chris Harris because you guys know I love talking about him, and I give my points on him. But I believe Elway needs to reevaluate his front office staff at the end of the year. What are your guys' thoughts on this? And I want to preface that with Tanner and Jeff had talked about not just reorganizing the front staff of who he has running, but bringing people in to actually listen to him. Because I feel like right now Elway is kind of like the boss, right? He's the guy that he needs to bring in some guys that'll be great scouts for him, and he might be able to listen to some more football guys around him as opposed to what we have in the front office. What are your guys' thoughts?
Absolutely. And the last couple of drafts, have been better. And we're getting impact players out of these drafts finally. But I think you've got to have professional football guys in those positions in your front office, or your whole organization's going to suffer. And, it's nothing against those guys. They may be great guys, but you've got to have football expertise because the other teams do. Other teams, that's a competitive advantage to them when their scouting departments are consistently able to go into draft rooms and pick out guys who are going to fit into their team, fit into their culture, and help them win football games, not only over a season, but over seasons. These are guys that you need to be foundational players of your team, and you can't just wash out drafts. And this is, I think, probably kind of the result of that. More than anything is just that we haven't had professional football guys, to your point, Jared, in those positions where they can do the most good.
Right.
I think at this point, it's obvious something needs to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've had a couple drafts that now we're seeing some talent really developing there. Where I think it was the 2014 draft class. There's nobody on the team left from, I think it was the 2014. They're just gone.
I think the 2017 draft class has maybe 2 members left.
Maybe.
One.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that is insane, right?
Yeah.
And now we're seeing, Dalton Reiser's going to be there forever. I know Philip Lindsay wasn't drafted, but he's going to be there forever. Rice Freeman, he's not going anywhere. So we're seeing this talent develop, and that's something to build on. But at the same time, this is the 3rd year now where we're going to have a losing season. Something's got to change. Something somewhere, whether it's a fall guy or what, something's got to change. Whether it's the assistant GM, who I've learned several stories about in terms of how he got a DUI, and he's, he could be very well be the fall guy so that Elway doesn't lose his job. Or it's the scouts. Now the scouts have maybe been doing better this year, but something somewhere's got to change. Whatever we're doing is not working. And we can't wait 10 years for us to slowly build some of these pieces. Something's got to happen. Philip Lindsay, running backs' careers they don't last 15 years. Yeah. So every year that we don't really do anything, we're losing out on primetime Philip Lindsay, primetime Royce Freeman. And these are things, if we wait 10 years, where is Cortland Sutton going to be? Where is Tim Patrick? Where are all these guys going to be? We don't have 10 years to do this. We need to figure out something in the next 3 years to get us back on top where all these guys, we have depth, we have, very seasoned guys that can make something happen, and we have a complete team.
Yeah, and I think my favorite take on this whole thing is, and you're completely right, Kevin.
I know I am. It's my show. I know I am.
Well,
we can talk about that off the air.
Yeah,
it's the bourbon. There's no filter.
Look, you're completely right on this subject, Kevin. So when we're talking about that 2014, 2017 draft class, those guys are supposed to be in their prime of their careers now. And that's why we're doing so bad. We had guys that we picked up and we thought were going to be in their prime of their career. And we have some older guys that are doing great, like Vaughn and Chris Harris. Those guys have been around for a while. They're still playing in their prime. But those guys are supposed to be at their prime right now. And we don't have them because we whiffed. We whiffed hard. And that's where we're sitting right now, is that we could have had a great class, great guys on offense and defense. Could you imagine if we would have gotten some of those offensive guys in that 2014 draft? Like, we'd be sitting much prettier than we are now.
And here's the problem: is not so much that they don't play for us, which is bad enough. It's that they're not playing for any team.
Exactly.
In any capacity. They're not backups anywhere. They're not special teamers anywhere. They're not in the league anymore. And they went from, new draft picks to not in the league in less than 3-4 years. And that's the most quoted stat in the NFL, right? The average NFL career lasts 2.3 years or something like that. But, you can't have entire drafts of guys like that that are just gone and not with your team anymore. I mean, go ahead, Jared.
And that's a little weighted too. I mean, if you look at first day, second day draft picks, that number is a lot higher than it is. Like, you're talking about like free agents and stuff like that. Yeah, 2.5 years is the average, but because that's weighted to the other side, you got all these guys. first and second day draft classes, it's not 2.5 years. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be 2.5 years.
No, absolutely not. You should come to a point with all of those guys where you have to decide at the end of their rookie contracts. And you should be having tough decisions about all your first and second round picks if your franchise is successful at picking them.
So Tim here, sorry to interrupt. Tim says, I think he sums it up perfectly. Chasing the dream, but we have no team. And this goes back to all the comments I've made over the last few weeks about John Elway's win now mentality. Yeah. I think in some degree, John Elway feels like we have that complete team, that we need to do something drastic to add just a couple pieces, and we're going to be fighting, not only considered for a wild card, but we're going to be challenging the Chiefs. And yeah, early this year, we all sat here and said there's a lot of high hopes for this team. But it's very clear that for the third year in a row now, we are not supposed to be in a win now mode. And those kinds of decisions based off of what John Elway is thinking, what his mentality is hurting us even further into the long term. So it's not only a staff thing that needs to be shaken up in the front office, it's an entire mentality thing. In 2-3 years, let's say in 2 years, now we can start considering, are we in a win now mode? 3 years, if we've done everything up to that, right to that point, yes, we're in a win now mode. But right now, we're not even close. And that needs to impact the decisions that John Elway and company are making.
I mean, if John Elway's rebuild as you go, win from now on strategy is attainable in this league, but you got to hit on everything.
And we're not.
You've got to hit on your free agent pickups and your draft picks. You have got to put guys in exactly the right position at exactly the right time. You've got to be really lucky. You've got to have more than just skill. You've got to have absolutely everything going for you all at once to pull off a rebuild like that. There's not one team on 100 that can do it. I mean, honestly, there's not, one season in 100 that you can do these things and have these successful transitions and not miss a beat. And, John Elway's not that good of a GM. Is he a terrible GM? I'm not willing to say that yet, but he's not good enough to pull off that kind of high wire act with his team. And he's proven it over the last 3 years. And so now we've I think, just got to kind of bite the bullet on that and, throw in the towel and with the dreaded word reboot and just say, all right, we've kind of got to start, we've got an offensive core, and this is we've got guys that we can build around. This is not a total tear down scenario where we've got to trade away everything. Fire sale, we didn't get rid of Chris Harris, we didn't get rid of Von Miller, so obviously the team doesn't think that way. But at the same time, something's got to give. You can't go out next year and sign this year's equivalent of Joe Flacco and expect to go out and win 9 games just because you think you've got that figured out now. There are bigger holes on this team. There are bigger flaws than that. And you've got to start improving from the ground up, I think.
I think that's a good transition to. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to take a quick pause. I think I know where you're going, Jared.
Okay.
Quick pause just to let everyone know. Once again, my name is Kev Dan. I'm joined here by Jared and David. You're watching Beer Broncos No BS. If you haven't yet, we're going to be here for a little while longer. Grab that beer, grab that bourbon, kick back, relax. Let us know what you're thinking. But we do have a ton of Broncos content. We got a lot of familiar names up in here. If you're one of the people who are just now watching, man, we got you guys covered. We got our Monday night show, Orange Weekly After Dark. Takes place 9 p.m. Mountain Time. This night's show, Beer Broncos No BS, always starts 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We got our post-game podcast. Tanner and Jeff just put that out. You can listen to those on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Wherever you listen to your podcasts, we're there. We also got our pre-game podcast. Usually these guys right here, Jared, David, and Matt, are the ones that take care of that. Every now and then they invite me on, and I'm very honored when they do. But you guys can check that out there as well. We got our Rays. If you haven't seen Raymond, his show, Ragers, man, this guy knows everything when it comes to sports betting, at least a lot more than I do. I don't know where he is right now, guys, but I know before this last game, he was 19-10 on his bets, his Broncos bets for the season. So he's making some money. If you guys want to check out his show, it's usually done on Saturday night, 5-10 minute show. Just hear what Las Vegas is thinking on some of the things for the next day and hear what bets Ray's taking. Man, you guys can be making some money. I know he's helped us Orange Weekly guys win some money as well. Yeah. And then lastly, don't forget about our halftime hash show, guys. As soon as halftime starts, I know what we all do. We all pick up our phone. Well, guess what? Orange Weekly is live every single halftime of the Broncos game. So you can just go to to your phone, go to Orange Weekly. We are live talking about the first half of the Broncos game. So we got you guys covered. Whatever kind of Broncos content you want, we have it for you. If you have any other ideas on what you want us to add in, please send us an email or send us a message on Facebook, and we can see if we can add that in. But speaking of new stuff, Jared, you have a new segment that I don't want to forget about tonight. Walk us through it, man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this because I think we were a little bit cut off at the beginning of this segment. Before we do that, though, there's a couple.
Do it.
I don't mean to change up your show here, Kev, but there's a couple things because we are for the people, and we started this, Kev. If you remember 3 years ago, we started this for the people.
We did. People.
And there's a couple questions in here that they want to hear about, and one of them. Let me go back. Adam Gostis is not benched. He's injured.
No, he's benched.
Oh, he is benched.
He's benched.
Yeah, no,
he's been healthy scratched.
Yeah, they decided he was the liability in the run game, so he's been benched. Mike Purcell is in at nose. Shelby Harris moved over to defensive end where Gotsis was playing. That's how that drama has been unfolding.
Well,
that's why our run defense hasn't looked terrible.
It has worked,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
I do like Gossis too as a person. But wow, I did not know that. Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Cool. But you've got there's more questions.
I want to talk about Chris Harris before we move on to my segment.
Yes.
Because we're talking about all types of stuff. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Abdi has been waiting patiently for us to talk about Chris Harris.
Right, yeah, and he's asked a couple times. He's also the one that asked about the Adam Gossis thing too. Okay. So Chris Harris is still a Bronco, and I love it. I've been a diehard Chris Harris fan since year one when he was undrafted. He was our undrafted guy coming in, and he's been playing lights out since then. He's still one of the top 5 corners by Pro Football Focus out there. As terrible as our team is doing, he's a top 5 Pro Football Focus.
Yeah.
Did you see? And you can't blame him for the T.Y. Hilton catch. The one where he ran out of the end zone, got slipped up by Von Miller. You can't blame him for that. That was like an 8-second play. And he's playing lights out. He's still in the prime of his career. The thing that I like about this move, or lack of move, of trading him away, is that we believe in him, and I'm hoping that we're talking to him on talking about a long-term contract. And if that long-term contract can come, give him the money. He needs it. He deserves it. He earns it. Give him the money. He's the one person that is the light on that team, and we know what happens when we trade away to keep Sleeve. It took him a while to become that leader, but he's become that leader on that defense, and we cannot afford to lose him, or else now not only will our offense be questioned, our defense will be questionable too.
Yep. Well, of course, now that Aqib Talib point was a little bit better earlier today before he was traded to the Dolphins, but I get where you're coming from. And,
yeah. As far as leadership.
Oh, leadership. Yeah. Oh, God, absolutely.
That swag that we keep talking about.
Oh, God, yeah. Where
this defensive back swag.
Where this secondary and Justin Simmons, who has been a revelation this year, would be without Chris Harris, I don't even want to think about. So as Jared said, over and over and over again, pay him the money. Keep him here. Make him a Denver Bronco for life. I don't care what you have to do. Give him the cash.
Travis does bring up a good point. There is a show I forgot about in all that slew of information. Guys, we do a Broncos brunch show, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, game days, Sundays. We have so many things going on, I can't even remember myself. And I'm the orchestrator, if you will, of all this stuff. So yes, we got a Broncos brunch pregame show for tailgate stuff. But thanks, Travis,
for joining in. This is the original.
This is
Beers Bronco No BS. This is the
flagship
show. This is it. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate with all the technical difficulties and everything. I appreciate you guys watching. And I'm hoping we're getting to all your questions. If we don't, it's not personal. I'm sorry. We're trying to get through as many questions as possible. Thanks again for commenting. It really means a lot to us.
God, yes. Jared, a man of the people, if ever there was one.
Okay, so we want to get to my segment.
Yeah, let's do it before we run out of time.
Okay, so here's my segment. Right now, the biggest debate in Orange Weekly and in Broncos. Well, I almost said it. Broncos country. The biggest debate in Broncos country right now. The biggest debate right now is whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that our offense sucks? Because I'm giving it to you straight, our offense sucks. Is it the play calling or is it Joe Flacco? So here's the segment. David.
Yes, sir.
You get to take the Joe Flacco side.
Oh boy. All right.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah. So you get to defend Joe Flacco, and I am defending Rich Scangarello. And
I'm gonna defend my bourbon.
And you're gonna drink. Oh, you're the ref, man.
I'm the ref.
This is a boxing
Oh,
match.
I see. Okay, I'm gonna defend my bourbon
off.
and pick who wins.
The best ref ever.
The very first Beers Broncos and no BS Broncos brawl.
Broncos brawl. Let's do this.
That's right. Absolutely.
I kind of put you on the spot here, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start, and I talked about at the beginning of the show, and I know there was a lot of issues with the technical difficulties, so this is what I have to say.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco calls out Rich Gangarello about the offensive play call on the 3rd and 5 while we're up, and we decided to run the ball with Philip Lindsay. Absolutely. Here's my issues. As I'm watching that game, I'm looking at first third down we have incomplete pass. Second third down we have a short toss for 2 yards. With 3rd and 6, we got 2 yards on a dump off. Next third down, a sack. Next third down, throwing out of bounds. Next third down, another throw short that we can't get to the end zone. In that situation, to run out the clock because we're in a situation where they only have one timeout, they have to take it. And B, give us the honest best chance of getting a first down because obviously throwing the ball on 3rd down is not working. It's not working. And you can look at the stats as we go along. I think Joe Flacco was being a crybaby about not being able to take the ball in his hands on that 3rd down and going forward. I do not think it's Rich Gangarello's fault. It's Joe Flacco's.
Horse hockey. All right. Absolute horse hockey. Now, let me tell you something. Joe Flacco's been quarterback a long time in this league. All right. Joe Flacco wants to go out, and he knows that the players that are in that huddle with him want to go out and show that they can win a game. Now, you're ahead, sure, but you're ahead by a point.
Right.
And yeah, your defense has been playing great, but you want to go out and win this one for them. You don't want to have them go out and win this one for you. Because you've been doing that the entire season. All of the wins that you have this season are because they went out and won the game for you. You want to go out and show them, I can carry the load. I can contribute to this football team. And you want your coaching staff to be able to support you. You want your coaching staff to be able to say to your players, I believe in you. I know you can execute on this 3rd and 5. It's 5 yards. I know you can get there. I know we're going to be able to throw the ball. Let's do an aggressive play. Let's have 5 guys go out there on 5-yard or better routes. Let's get somebody open. And it's not impossible. You know, we saw even in that game kind of the shorter routes, some of those shorter routes that were schemed really well by Scangarello. Some swings out of the backfield to Philip Lindsay, gaining 5, 6, 7 yards. They were well blocked and they were well executed. Let's do something like that. Put the ball in Flacco's hands. Let him make a play. Let him show you something.
Okay. On that point, we tried, and he got sacked 8 times because he held onto the ball the entire time.
9th time.
5-yard stops. 5-yard stops, and he holds onto the ball until he gets sacked. That's not a play where you get sacked. You either throw the ball away or you give it to your best player and you try to put it in his hands. You do not hold onto the ball. We have given him so many chances. They've given him so many chances to make that play on those 3rd downs. And let's look at the Bears game. Let's look at the what was the other game that we almost lost, that we also lost to the field goal at the end?
Oh, that was the
Packers.
No, it was not the Packers.
No.
Oh gosh. Oh,
the
now
Bears
we look like idiots.
we look terrible. And then, hey, look, we've been drinking a lot of bourbon, all right?
A lot.
And then we have
the Jaguars.
The Jaguars. So we have the Bears, the Jaguars, and Indy. Guess what happened on the Bears and the Jaguars is we're driving down. It's a 3rd down. Guess who we gave the ball to? Joe Flacco to make a throw, and he couldn't make it because he couldn't make a decision. What happened to him at the end of the game? He has a chance to drive down. What does he do? He runs out of the pocket and just stands there and gets sacked. Like, you run out of the pocket. Are you telling me there's not a chance that you could throw it down the field and give somebody a chance to make a catch? Especially when we have a 6'100" Cortland Sutton out there running down the field.
That's what I'm saying. Let me throw the ball to Cortland Sutton and let him make a play.
If you threw the ball, if Flacco threw the ball, I'd give him the chance.
Great.
I'd give him the chance if he threw the ball, but guess who's getting 4 yards per carry? And that's Philip Lindsay. And in a situation like that where a defense thinks you're going to pass the ball, we tried to run it, it didn't work, and that's what ends up happening. It's the same thing with the 4th and 1 going for it. Everybody the coach for going forward on that situation. But hey, if it would have happened, he would have been the king of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, David, one more round from you before I make a decision.
All I'm saying is this. You know, you can say Philip Lindsay's got X yards per carry and he does Y in X situations.
Jared. No, Jared.
Oh, sorry.
This is David's turn, man. This is David.
The fact is he didn't get the first down. And you know what? The running game had been on and off all day long. And if you wanted to run a run call, I think you had better run calls that you could have run. But that all comes back to Scangarello. You know, if you are going to give yourself the best chance possible in these situations, I know the statistics thus far haven't been to your favor, but what do the analytics say in 3rd and 5 situations? What do the statistics overall say about your chances converting a 3rd and 5, running versus passing? All right, you are you're setting yourself back. You are giving yourself worse odds by saying, I'm eliminating this half of the playbook. We're not even going to try and get it through the air. We are going on the ground. You are automatically taking a percentage off of your success for that play. All right.
We got.
I've given. Kevin, yeah. Before you rule, there's and we'll give it a couple minutes because we're on a little bit of a delay. But let's give a chance since there's people commenting on this. How did you guys like the debate? And what do you guys think Kevin should rule on this as we talk about, I guess, more of our shows or something as they decide that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and explain the Patreon. So, guys,
everything I was arguing that just came out of my mouth, I don't believe because I have real problems with the way that Joe Flacco plays the game. Keep that in mind as I gave my impassioned defense.
It was
of
good.
Number 5 there. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, guys. So, let us know how you like that debate. Let us know how you think I should vote. You could do a hashtag #KevDanPickMe or hashtag vote, play calling or hashtag Flacco's fault. Whatever you want. I'll give you a few minutes.
On the hashtag thing maybe next time we do a Broncos brawl.
Yeah, we'll do another Broncos brawl.
Yeah,
this is good.
Hashtag Team Jared, just for the record.
Hashtag Team David. Hashtag Team Puffball, guys. I know.
Yeah, okay. Hashtag Team Jared. Hashtag Team Puffball to let me know what you guys think about that debate. There are a lot of good comments in here, though, and, I'll get to those in a minute. Guys, remember, we do have a Patreon. You guys who are watching, you're all such great supporters, and I'm seeing so many common names through this, and the fact that people are watching this the entire show through, you do not know how much we appreciate your guys' support. If you want to support us just a little bit more, we do have a Patreon account. Go to patreon.com/orangeweekly. It's up there in the description of the video. We got that for you there. So you can click that. It'll take you right to it. Or you can go to patreon.com/orange or just and search for Orange Weekly there. Pop up there as well. Guys, if you donate $1 for 1 month, not only does that money go right back to you guys and helping us buy better equipment, but it also gets you into an entry for that month's prize drawing for all of our Patreon donors. It also gets you entered into the end of the season prize drawing, the grand prize, if you will, at the end of the season. So really all you have to do is donate for $1 for 1 month, and you get both the monthly prize drawing and then the end of the year prize drawing as well. If you want to donate more than that, man, we'd appreciate all that support, but we try to give it back to you guys as much as we can. That money does not go into our pockets. It seriously just goes back to buying better mics, mic stands, cameras. If we get enough, hopefully better computers. So this, I think my computer is the reason why some of this lagging's happening. So maybe I need an upgrade. But seriously, guys, if you guys want to check that out and donate, we are going to be doing another prize drawing here. I think we'll decide this next week sometime. I will let it be known there on the Facebook page. So with that being said, let's see.
Our answers are hilarious for the record. First of all, one of them is Kevin. You didn't even have a debate in this.
That just means that I'm going to be right no matter what.
The second one, the third one is I can't decide, which thank you, Abdi. I appreciate that. And then the third one is hashtag. No, you can't vote yourself in.
Oh, yes, I can.
The third one is hashtag play calling, which I'm not sure if he's blaming the play calling or choosing the play calling as the winner of the debate.
Either way, he's
really
not wrong.
To work on our hashtags.
Greg's not wrong.
Here.
Obviously, he is faulting the play calling. It's hashtag play calling is to blame.
No.
The way that this is out. And so I would like to officially welcome Greg to Team Puffball.
I'm seeing 5 votes here. I'm not looking at names because it has to be impartial. Okay.
Wait, no. You have to look at the names because
no. Absolutely, impartiality rules the day here.
Okay, when somebody votes for something, do you see who voted for it? Does somebody vote for president? Like George Bush is running for himself, and he votes for himself. Do they go, George Bush votes for George Bush? That doesn't count.
No
right?
secret ballot.
David had the ingenuity to go ahead and make this happen. So I'm just looking at votes.
Yes. I'm not
this
afraid
one
to win
hurts,
on
guys.
a technicality. I want that known.
This last vote hurts, though.
What's that now?
This last vote hurts.
Does it? Well, tell me about the last vote.
I'm not going to say who it is, but it says hashtag anyone but
absolutely.
Kevin.
All right, Greg
has broken the tie.
Greg's team puffball.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, there's a lot of benefits to being on Team Puffball, Greg. I can't tell you what any of them are now, but stay tuned for next week's show. I know you will because you're a frequent commentator and viewer of our show. So I know you're going to be back next week, and we'll have something good for you.
Whoever Nancy is, I've never really. I mean, I'm going to ignore that hashtag. It can just go away.
What did Nancy say?
She said hashtag anyone but Kevin.
Oh, okay. Well,
yes.
I'm also on board for that one too.
Absolutely. I think we can all get behind that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she says she loves us, so it's okay.
Who doesn't?
Now, honestly,
I mean, she's legally binded to do that.
She has to. She has to say, never mind, just kidding, right? This is, and I'm not gonna lie. I made my decision before you guys even started your brawl. It's a tie, okay, guys? It's both. So for the fact that each is calling out the other, here's my problem with just me being the ref aside. Here's my problem with it. Joe Flacco goes on the podium and basically I think is trying to defend his players. Not just himself, but his players to why things aren't working. And he lays out this whole thing in front of the entire press, which I don't agree with, but if he's going to do it, fine, about how the play calling and the coaches are the reason why we're losing. But at no point does he even have the humility, if I don't say humility, but he doesn't even think about saying, you know what, but I could be doing a little better myself. I could be right. letting go of the ball a little sooner. I could be trying to make some of these plays and giving my team, my players a chance to do something good. But that wasn't happening. Okay, so that aside, that's my problem with the whole thing. It is a combination. Okay, it doesn't matter how good your play calling is if your quarterback's going out there and holding on to the ball too long, letting himself get sacked time and time again. At the same time, it doesn't matter how good a player you are. I don't care if you're Peyton Manning. If the play calling is crap and you're not allowed to call any audibles, well, then it's going to end in the same result. So there is a middle ground where it is both of these guys. Now, my thing is, I don't care. Joe Flacco shouldn't care what the coach says. If the coaches say you cannot go out there and call audibles, we don't trust you enough. And then on this 3rd and 5 to end the game, hey, we need this first down to win the game. He goes out there and says, hey, this call they just made doesn't look good. Freaking call the audible. Do it. Yeah. Don't sit there and freaking complain about it. If you knew it wasn't going to work and these coaches aren't playing calls or calling plays that are working for you, then do something about it. What are they going to do? Run on the field and slap your wrist? Come on. So because you guys made very good points, I appreciated the energy, especially from David, because he was forced to defend somebody that he maybe didn't really agree with. But now if I'm going to vote based off of energy, I'm going to say Jared. Jared was very powerful.
Wait a minute.
And it was very pure that he was very apparent that he was sincere in his arguments. David had good arguments, but was not sincere in them. So Jared wins the emotional side of things. It's a tie on everything else. But I do vote for Team Puffball because that's just a cool name. Everybody wins. Here's your participation medals.
I do want to answer Andrew Workman real quick because he asked me what was the harm in throwing in that situation. The harm is that you stop the clock. So that's where the harm is, and you don't let them burn the timeout. Now they have 2 timeouts going forward when you have trust in your defense as opposed to 1. That's the harm in it. That's all I got.
Didn't seem to help him.
Well, there was also a hold in the end zone, but we won't get into any of that. Let's not.
Let's not get into the officiating because you can't control officiating or lack thereof. Yeah, we can control what we can control. I would like to point out that I have serious issues with Kevin's ruling on everything except Team Puffball. There, I am totally on board.
That's very Joe Flacco of you, David.
Are you calling for a recount? Are you calling for a recount?
No, I am not calling for a recount. I will never do that. That's
I'm just saying the results will be the same. I could give you a recount, but it's not going to change anything.
I respect the results. I protest them, but they will be the same no matter what. So I will respect them. As we pivot into a conversation toward next week and kind of wrap it up for the show tonight, guys, what do you think is something that point out just to me one key that you saw that from the Colts game, and try and keep it as specific as possible. One key that has to change to have success against Cleveland and maybe come away from that game with a win. And I'm putting you guys on the spot, so maybe
Jared, you go
maybe
first,
I'll start here.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I really want to see is more production from our tight ends, and I think that's going to help Brandon Allen. Now, of course, Jeff Hireman's probably not going to be available for this game. So you're going to have Troy Fumagalli out there, who has been healthy and active over the past few weeks. He's going to be back out there alongside Andrew Beck and Noah Fant. And so the idea that we're going to get Mondo production from these guys all of a sudden is not really realistic. But that being said, the tight end is really going to be your best friend in this offense. And with Brandon Allen coming in, a new quarterback, starting his first game in the NFL, to have easy completions available with those tight ends is going to be something that's going to be really key to just moving the chains and moving this offense down the field. So that's what I'll really be looking forward to, is if we can get that established, is get these tight ends involved a little bit more.
Are we talking about things we want to see changed? Is that
one key change that you think from as we carry over from the Colts game to the Browns game? Okay. One thing that we could improve upon to maybe actually have some success this week.
Okay, I think the offensive line play. So we had some success on the ground, but it was very.
It was in spurts. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in spurts. And so I was looking at the stats, and we still threw more than we ran the ball. And I think I have no idea why, because we were up for a majority of the game. There's no reason to throw the ball more often, but hey, 3rd and 5, let's throw anyway. Okay, we'll move on. So what I do want to see is more push from the offensive line. I think a lot of our big playability comes from the run, not the pass, and I think we've decided that for a long time, especially with a rookie quarterback who is unproven and hasn't taken, or not a rookie, but hasn't taken a snap in the NFL ever in a regular season game. So what I do want to see is that big playability from the offensive line to get those gaps open, so that Royce Freeman or Lindsey can take off and get 10, 15, 20-yard runs as we push down the field. I think that's what I want to see more than anything. And I think with the movement and the injuries that we've had on the offensive line, it's been very difficult for them to play together. But I think with Juwan James finally out, we could put people where they need to be able to be successful. And I honestly think we have a chance to do that this week.
Yeah. All right, Kev, what do you think?
I'm going to take part of my answer from some of these comments. Scott and Travis and Greg all say mobile quarterback, and that goes kind of in hand with what Jared is talking about there. We need a line to protect the guy, okay? We need these guys to go out there and play well. Like I said earlier in the show, Brendan Allen on the podium today sounded very, very confident, and not like it wasn't a bad thing. He acted, and if I didn't know he was a backup, I probably would have thought that he's a starter, the way he was carrying himself and answering some of these questions. I need that to translate to the field. That doesn't mean being mobile all the time. He has to be given a chance to make some decisions. And so Abdi says quick passes to get Allen going on his NFL debut. This is his first NFL start. He's been a backup for 4 years. He's been around the block. He's with the Rams, so he kind of knows what it takes to be, very competitive and even get all the way to a Super Bowl. But what I need him to do is take some of those chances. Don't just dump off the ball like we've seen Flacco do, this whole season so far. If there's room in front of him to run, I need him to take it. If he thinks that someone's down the field, I need him to take it. I need him to step up as that leader and bring some of that swag back. I'm hoping that since he's a younger guy, he can go out there and get his guys fired up. So I need him to act and play like a starting quarterback. And I don't think that's going to be a problem based off what I heard today, but I need it to translate to the field. And if we get a quarterback that can go out there and get us, look, I appreciate Joe Cool in some situations, but in other situations, I need somebody who can fire the offense up. Look, Peyton Manning was kind of like a Joe Cool, but there were times, he would get excited about things. And when people weren't doing their part, he would call them out. He would get everyone riled up, on the same page, energized, and ready to go out there and do their best on every single play. That's what I'm expecting for Brendan Allen to go out there and at least attempt to do. I know it's his first start. He's been a backup his whole career, but this is his chance not to make a name for himself, but to get this offense going. Because at this point, Joe Flacco, whether he comes back or not, is not the guy to go and get the offense riled up. Brendan Allen is for right now, at least until we get to the Drew Lock situation a few weeks down the road. So it kind of expanded, but I think Brendan Allen and his swagger, or lack of thereof, based off how he approaches this game, is going to make a huge difference moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's not unlike to see, just like my playoff comment last podcast, David, it's not unlike to see a quarterback drafted late rounds be amazing. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Anything else as we wrap up, guys?
Yes, I do want to comment on Steven's post here. He's been a viewer for a while now, and he is making a good comment. Other times he just likes to try to make me laugh. But it says, in terms of the Broncos, I do believe that there is a lack of leadership moving forward that may be worth taking a gamble on someone right out of college or a younger QB. Pay for a player manager. So something to keep in mind when we see Drew Lock come back, like we talked about earlier. Is this a guy that, hey, if we are a top 10 pick, maybe a top 5 pick, do we get another quarterback or not? So that is something in the long term we want to talk about. Maybe moving forward after we see how some of these younger quarterbacks are playing. But for the time being, my final thoughts are, let's take care of this week. Let's see how these younger guys do, especially Brandon Allen, and let's see if the play calling changes.
Yeah. And we say these younger guys, but let's remember there's no Super Bowl 50 offensive players.
Don't remind me. That hurts.
They're all younger guys. Like, we have some trade-ins, we have some guys that we have traded for, but none of these guys were on that original team. So there's no more of this like, oh man, it was way better back in my day. Like, there's none of that. We need someone that can come in, and honestly, it could come from anywhere. It could come from the draft. It could come from Brandon Allen, honestly, for all we care. To step up and be like, hey, guys, we got this. And the rest of them be like, you're right, we got this. And I think that might be what it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
David, your closing thoughts, man?
Oh, man, I think you said it best. Focus on this week first.
God, stop building up his ego.
Listen, you did it earlier, all right? It's not me. You started this, and now it's my fault because I'm the one finishing it. All right, let's talk about the Double Standards podcast is coming to your ears soon from the makers of Orange Weekly.
We also got the America versus Canada podcast, if I remember that right.
Project.
Right.
No, absolutely. No, I just, like you said, this week first. Let's see what we've got with this young team and a younger quarterback in there now. I don't know that Brandon Allen's going to light up the universe, but he might be a breath of fresh air. That's what I'd really be looking forward to, is just to see if we can get a little life breathed into this offense somehow.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
I think that's it. Honestly, I do want to just to wrap it all up, but I know that we still have a few guys watching us. But then thanks again for everybody. I'm a man of the people, David. I'm a man of the people.
Can we just say that we are a show of the people and we don't have to fight about this?
Every time you say you're a man of the people, it takes away from how much of a man of the people you are.
Okay, I take that back. Look, everybody that watches, we really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We're just here getting drunk talking football. I really do appreciate that you guys watch us and enjoy our commentation. And I hope
that's
commentation. And I hope that going forward, you guys continue to support us. We have our Patreon page. Please make sure you guys are supporting us. If not, just enjoy the shows. We have so much going for you. We have so much Bronco stuff, and we just absolutely love doing this. We wouldn't be here if we didn't. So thanks again.
Yeah, keep coming back. Hit like, hit share, hit retweet. Throw us $1 on Patreon. I've got to go. I'm going on vacation the next couple of weeks. I could use the cash. No,
it's not going to you.
No, it definitely goes right.
David, I'll send you $1 myself.
Oh, thank you. See, now that how can you guys, with that kind of generosity, I hope you guys realize that on this show, it's all about the love and the love of Broncos football, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To Travis, to Greg, to Abdi, to Steven, to everyone else. We had Red Cloud earlier, Scott, all these guys watching tonight. You guys are fantastic. Andrew Workman, man, this is what the show is for, and we have some very solid following. We appreciate it. Guys, really quick vote. I am considering changing this show, at least for the rest of the season, to Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS. Yes, no,
Right.
David?
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm down for that one.
I'm out of bourbon, but if I had some, I would drink it now.
So if you guys are watching, this show as of next Tuesday will be Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS. I'll make the appropriate changes to what you're seeing on your screen there. So instead of getting a beer, go ahead, guys. Go out and grab some bourbon and join us next week for Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS. It'll be a good time. But seriously, like Jared said, man, all these new names coming up. Appreciate you guys' support. Check out all of our other shows. Make sure you go back and listen to the post-game podcast, and then check out the pre-game podcast as well. I will be back here with you guys Sunday morning for the Broncos brunch show, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and the halftime hash show as well. So I see you guys twice on Sunday. It's gonna be a good time. Along with our other shows. Thanks again, guys. Jared, David, want to give you guys a huge shout out for all your support. Great talk tonight. Absolutely. It's been a fun time, guys.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great night, everybody. And as always, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Take care, guys.